Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome my friends on Facebook, LinkedIn, and on my YouTube channel that are watching this. And especially want to welcome my friends, students that are participating in this Zoom session, along with their guests. Lorraine, I'm glad you made it. Okay, now, the two most powerful psychological triggers in sales is urgency and social proof. And our new project launch scripts, which we introduced in our September boot camp, but we're juicing it up in October because October, November, and December, the last quarter of the year, there are certain things that you can do, certain things that you can say that will actually double or triple your activity. Your business does not slow down over the holidays unless you do. So for those of you that just finished up our September boot camp, and for those of you that took previous boot camps, if you're in a boot camp prior to 2020, or actually maybe even 2022, LinkedIn's a whole new ballgame. So I urge you, the sooner you get in, the sooner you're going to have access to some of this new material. Now, during my upcoming October boot camp for LinkedIn and Facebook that starts on October the 3rd, you're going to learn how to apply these psychological triggers to your daily activity and build your business faster. Now, for those of you that are students, no matter where you are in the process, I want to remind you, if you're not having the results you want on Facebook and LinkedIn, the reasons are easy to identify and simple to fix. This past week, I've jumped into a number of accounts. We've looked at some conversations, and it was easy to see why they're not having a lot of luck. First, it's the contents of your profile. Remember, social networking law number one, what you see is what you get. After that, you're not following the scripts. Now, today, what I'm going to do is I am going to jump into one of my coaching students' accounts who I've worked with before. He's been following me for a number of years. And the last time we worked together, he was just in a hurry. He couldn't slow it down. And so this time around, we have a deal where he's sending the first connection message. When they accept, he sends the second. And this is what I'm doing with all my coaching students now. You send the first message, you send the second message, and I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you exactly who you want to talk to, who you don't. And then I'm going to show you how to start the conversation. So all of you are in for a treat today. You're going to watch me do it. Third, you're talking to the wrong people. You're talking, you're talking about your business too soon, or you're not qualifying your prospects. It's not magic. Okay, it's not magic. Although years ago, I had one of my students say, Max, you can pull you got this down to where it's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. It's not magic. It's science. Albert Einstein changed the world when he discovered the theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. Back in the AOL days, I changed network marketing. My formula, success equal 4 C's: create, connect, communicate, and close. Social networks are the great equalizer. The good news is it gives you access to everybody, and it gives the bad news is it gives everybody access to you. Success: create a page, connect with people, use my scripts to talk to folks, communicate with them. Again, use my scripts to qualify people, and then close the people that clearly need what you have. The glue that makes this whole thing work is engagement. And you engage people without talking to them with your posts. It's a recipe for success when you follow my scripts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over I'm going to jump into Eric's account. Now, Eric is an optometrist. He'd be on this session today, but he's seeing patients. So first and foremost, you all have an opportunity. You go over to your network. In his case, he's connected to 2,400 people. He's been on here for a long time. Hit the connection button. First level, 2,200 people. Now, the people that you're connected to all have connections. These 2,200 people connect him to 1,170,000 people. And his second level connections connect him to people they're connected to. 1,100,000,000 professionals. Now, when I see this number, I just add 20 million more people. So in our September boot camp, we talked about 1,110,000,000. Well, now you're up to 1,120,000,000 people. So there's no shortage of people to talk to. So, and the other feature that you're absolutely going to love is catch up, where you're going to be able to see who you're connected to that changed their job, had a birthday. So we're going to come right over to the messages. And so the first person we're going to look at that's kind of interesting. It looks like it's got all right. So what he did was he reached out to her. I help healthcare professionals, coaches, and of course, creators navigate marketing and framework strategies. She's open to work. She's looking for customers. Let's take a look at her profile. So do you want to attract more patients? Now, what you have to do is you have to decide quickly who you're connected to that you want to talk to and who you don't. And you have, this is just like the old AOL days. You got your buddy list, you got people that you're connected to. You can see who's online right now. So we come down here and she's been doing this for 14 years. So you want to have an end result in mind. In her case, the question is going to be, let's come down here and look. Okay, so she's an eye care practice consultant. Okay, so she's a doctor of optometry, like he is. She's been doing it for 18 years. And so she has a side deal, just like he does. He's in network marketing. So we come back up here. The end result is we want to find out if she's ever been involved with network marketing. My guess is that she has. And more important than that, is she engaged in one now? So let's take a look at her profile. Now, for one thing, we can see her followers. So what does it mean? It means that she's following LinkedIn's suggestions. And, but she's got 5,600 people. You could have 6,000. So let's look at contact info. Okay. So what do we know about LinkedIn that would help her? She doesn't have her birthday listed. Okay. She doesn't have her birthday listed. And of course, the other thing she can do is we know she could make a couple of changes. So she's celebrating 34 years. Let's look at this. So these are all opportunities for her to start a conversation. So September 9th, congrats on your 34-year anniversary. Now let's look at one other thing. Let's look at a profile and let's see how long they've been connected. Well, they've been connected since August of 2021. But according to this, okay, he's only recently started to talk to her. So he sent he reached out to her. Hope you had a nice week. Send it to a good friend. Hope you enjoy them. What prompted you to start helping healthcare professionals? Been a digital marketer and a video editor forever. Okay. Now, so we know where we want to go. We want to find out, but we want to have a conversation. We want to find out during all the time she's been doing these things, what experience does she have with network marketing? Now, so what we want to do, we just told her we post. Let's go up and let's find something.
I'm trying to feed my animal.
Do it over there. Okay, motivational quotes. About helping others. Go to images. Okay. All right, so there's a bunch of them here. Success lot. Let's click on this one here. Now we got one here. What you get by achieving your goals, not as I like this one here. But what we'd really like to do is find a GIF, a moving image. And so it's not a GIF. Let's see, we got anything that, oh, this one's working. I love this one. Now you might want to save it. And we're not going to spend a lot of time because she's not the best prospect that we want to look at. So I'm going to go back over to Danny Thomas. All right. We're going to take this, copy that, come back over here. But this was, when was this? This was on Monday. Well, today's Saturday. So we're going to paste, as we told her, we send motivational messages. Then hope you had a wonderful week. And now we're going to use what she said to start the conversation. 15 years. Now, if we look at his profile, he's been doing it for 29 years. So we're going to say, with 2 locations, LOL. Okay, now, congratulations on the success you've enjoyed. Now, first, we're going to say what? Let's come back up and make sure you didn't say it already. So we said, what prompted you to start helping healthcare professionals? Well, she never said. She never said. Okay. So now we're going to use a transition line. Most of the other optometrists I've took. We're going to say most of the other talked to on LinkedIn what happened. Oh, tell me. With an A. The idea is to learn as much about the other person. Been optometrist for almost 30 years. And okay, you want to give it a little room. Now, we're going to send that over. Now, let's go back. Let's look at the next one. Broadcasting. So he must have spelled something wrong. So let me go over here. Let me go to the next one. Jennifer. Don't use it often. So what does she do? Timing. Okay, so now the first thing we want to consider is where's the need? Okay, product education. So she's been in Rodan and Fields. And so the question is, what else does she do? Because she stopped doing this in June of 2022. So she started with Rodan and Fields. So it doesn't look like she's building a business. Like she's working for the company, or she was working for the company. But a message, right? So the second message, now we're going to go to the third message. So first, now we send the motivational image. Now we want to ask a question based on what's on her profile. So the question is going to be, she's not a distributor. Let's go to All right, so Davina is okay. So he connected with her back in 2021. He started back then. So we talked to her back then. She never answered the question. This is what he, yeah. See, this is what he did. He starts talking about the business. Take a look at it. So this is what he did. She asked him about the business. And instead of telling it, the live presentation. Okay. So again, all right. So now he's coming back and he wants to resurrect this. Now, instead of asking, do you have any big goals? The question is what? Now, the one thing that I notice that he hasn't been doing, okay? You stay connected to people with posts. You stay connected to people with posts. He hasn't been doing it. Now, let me, okay? When you follow the scripts, and okay? Our October boot camp, I've opened up the October boot camp for registration. Let me come down here and give you an example. Okay. So Resso, this is what happens when you follow the scripts. First message on this Facebook, it works the same way. First message, and she sends me this. Just signed up one of my top leaders in Vasayo who says she's making 6 figures a month into my business as a new customer. You'll be so proud of your student signing up someone today. Have another one looking at the business. It's true. All the things you said would happen. is definitely happening. My pipeline of leads is expanding every day, and along with that is my confidence. Using your training, not only in the social media world, but also in real life, most of all, I'm having the best time of my life. I'm working with Eric, and we're trying to resurrect some of his conversations while he's also starting new ones. Best time of my life. After a short break, I started back up with the Max Steingart method, and within a week, I closed another deal. It's refreshing to know that whenever I need to make money, sign people up, I can do it at will. And then I just want to reconnect with you, update you on my success. I originally purchased your program to build my Isagenix It Works business, and I did well. Then my husband and I opened up an auto broker business, and I started using your method to connect with our target market. Boy, oh boy, we're not only making sales, but we're getting so many referrals. Your method works for any type of a business. Now, let me come back over here. And it all starts initially with your profile. Let me come up here and look at Delmar. And actually, what I need to do is I need to get out of his account and jump into mine. And we're going to take a minute. We're going to look at some profiles because it all starts with your profile. And doesn't. So Delmar, are you on LinkedIn? You got a profile? And he's not responding. Let's take a look at somebody else. Let's take a look at Alan. So Alan, it doesn't look like you've been doing very much on here. Let me unmute you. So maybe it was the other profile.
Hi, Max.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Okay, so this is your profile.
No, that's a different one.
That's not you?
No.
Okay, are you in Ireland?
Yes.
Okay.
He's about 10 miles away from me.
Okay, so why can't I find you?
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah,
This is you.
it is.
Okay, so you haven't done anything.
No, I haven't been active in the last while, Max.
Okay, well, welcome back. You looking to jump into it now or what?
Yep. Wanting to kickstart everything.
All right. Well, obviously the first thing you have to do is, you need to clean up your profile. What are you so first and foremost, what you need to do is, clearly um work on your profile and okay, so you've been you're an actor.
Well, I do that bit part-time, bit of a hobby.
Okay. And what's your full-time job?
Civil servant, government employee.
To work for the government.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you need to put that in. So
I
what you need to do, Alan, is you need to, let everybody know.
hmm
Because if you're a government employee, you're connected to other government employees. And you're probably not the only government employee that's looking for something else to do.
exactly.
So I mean, you really need to
Get out your profile book and go through it.
well, yeah, but for sure. I mean, you're in the September boot camp.
hmm
So, basically, you can go through that. And then what you need to be doing is you need to be building up, your connection list.
Yeah.
And you know what I'll do? I'm gonna have let me come back here. You're let's see, it's 12 o'clock here. What is it?
It's
Five,
just
6
after
o'clock.
5 o'clock here.
Okay. So um what
That's
I'm gonna have one of my people reach out to you and maybe give you some direction because people are having outrageous success. I mean, right away. I mean, first you have to build up. What are you in a network marketing business? What are you trying to market and sell?
I'm in Amway.
Amway. Okay. How long have you been with them?
Ooh, 23 years.
Well, see, everybody's got a story,
hmm
and I could give you an Amway story. One of the first people that I started working through years ago was a sergeant in the Army. He was based in Korea. And he actually became an Amway Diamond while he was still in the service. And he was still in Korea. Because what he would do is when his troops were transitioning out of the Army and going back to the United States, he took them up with Amway. As a matter of fact, I think he had 3 or 4 Amway Diamonds before he ever got out of the service. So there's all kinds of people. Now, do you know who any of the Amway diamonds are in
I
Ireland?
know. We don't have any in the southern part of Ireland. We have a few in Northern Ireland who I'm working with, and I know loads of them in Europe and in America. So,
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What did the ones that you're working with do before they
uh,
before they got into Amway? Do you know?
one was a loss adjuster, one was an accountant, one was a butcher. You
Okay,
name it. You name it. They do everything.
okay. So no. But see, this is where you leverage connections. So you can pop on here and you could do a search for counts. So on LinkedIn, you have you got 8,690,000 accounts. So now let's come over here. See how many accounts are in Ireland. Holy, you got 49,000 accountants in Ireland.
Hmm.
Okay. So the basic strategy is this. You got to get your profile smacking.
Hmm.
Then you reach out to accountants in Ireland, and part of the scripts, I'm working, you find out, so how long have you been an accountant? I got many friends, I have many friends that are accountants. How long have you been an accountant? They come back and they tell you. Say, or you could say many of my friends that I work with are accountants. In fact, one of them used to be an accountant. And today he's one of he's a leader in my company and he's making a lot of money. And then you ask, so what prompted you to become an accountant? And that opens up the door because they're going to be curious about, well, what do you mean you're working with an accountant? So
Hmm.
there are all kinds of strategies like that that can have people talking to you about your business. You do this with any profession.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But first, what you need to do is you need to get that profile cleaned up. Actually, you need to create it, and then you just really need to start, um, get engaged. Now, let me just look at one other thing here. So, by the way, Alan, how did you hear about me?
I've been in contact with you and done a few courses, Max, over several years at this stage. The only thing is the courses you have are on at 2 o'clock in the morning, my side, so they do affect trying to stay awake and work the next day.
Oh, no, okay. Let me tell you how the people in Europe do it.
Hmm.
Um, you're 6 hours ahead. So I have an Ask Max session at 9:30 in the morning,
Hmm.
which would be 3:30 in the afternoon for you. That's what, so you watch the videos, and then at 3:30 in the afternoon, you can pop on here and get your questions answered, or you come here on Saturdays.
Hmm.
And we have the one we're doing now, and then at 1 o'clock in an hour, I've got a mastermind session. So there's time for you, to get the help you need
Yeah.
to, to get going. So yeah, I see.
Your 4 p.m. session is good for me because that's 9 o'clock at night, our Irish time.
Here you go. So what
Yeah.
you do is you jump on the 4 o'clock one. I have a lot of people in Australia that do the same thing, and they jump on the 4 o'clock one. And we jump into your account, we get your questions answered, and we help you.
Hmm.
So what I'll do is, are you on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have, and how do they find you? By your name?
Who? Or me?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have one of my students, one of my people
I
reach
think
out.
I think I got speaking last year, all right, to no, it was 2 years ago. I got speaking to one of your colleagues, all right, but at the time, my dad was actually dying at the time, so that wasn't an ideal time to get stuck into it.
I got
And
you. I hear you. Sorry to hear about that.
these things happen, unfortunately. And one of your colleagues, I think, reached out to me a few months ago, but I was actually in the middle of having issues with my mother going into a nursing home. So
Wow.
we've got all that sort of settled at a certain point now. So
Oh, Alan,
now is about now things are starting to clear up a little bit better now, you know.
I'll have her reach out to you again.
Yeah, no problems.
And if you'd like, in an hour, I'm doing another one
Yeah,
where we're gonna dive deep into, the whole process. But
yeah.
what
I've signed up for that one, Max.
okay. Well, you see, here's the thing that most people don't realize. In some cases, um, it's almost, LinkedIn is not the same as it was. Uh, Actually, it's dramatically changed since 2022. It's dramatically changed this year. It's completely changed. In other words, the only way you can do anything on LinkedIn really is to pay for it. But it literally pays for itself when you're using it correctly. So first, we got to get your profile up, changed and fixed. And yeah, jump on the 1 o'clock session, and I'll. In fact, let's see. Are we connected on LinkedIn?
We should be.
Okay, here you are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Okay, so here's. I mean, okay. So here's what I want you to do. Send me, and nobody's going to see it. Send me the email address and the password that you use to log into your account, and I'll go in and I'll help you get started.
Yeah. The LinkedIn one. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Hmm.
As for the rest of you, I'll be back at 1 o'clock. And folks, I got to tell you, some of the new things. Some of the new changes that LinkedIn has made are going to make it easier for all of you than ever before. So for those of you to build your business, so for those of you that are already on it, again, the activity is the most important part of this thing. If you're not active, nothing's going to happen. I will be back in about, like, 15 minutes. Until next time, best of luck in building your